Most producers spend years learning melodies, chords, and sound design. But there is one word that completely changed the way I make music. In fact, just understanding this single principle helped me create music that's generated over 12 million streams on Spotify alone. It's the reason why a chorus feels huge or a drop hits hard, but it's also the same reason why your favorite songs keeps you hooked and does not feel repetitive after 30 seconds. The crazy part is this principle has nothing to do with any genre. Plus, once you understand it, you start hearing it everywhere. So, what's the secret word I'm talking about? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what it is, why it's responsible for almost every emotional moment in music, and the three simple ways you can use it in your own productions starting today. The word that we are going to talk about is contrast. I know that it sounds incredibly simple, but stick with me because contrast is one of the most fundamental principles in existence. Light cannot exist without darkness. You have yin and yang, and you have Batman and the Joker. One becomes meaningful because the other exists. And music works in the same way. So, enough of theory for now. Let's hop onto FL Studio and let me show you three simple ways on how you can add contrast to your tracks and level up your beats and generate millions of streams on your songs. So, we're in FL Studio, and the three contrast techniques that I'm going to show you are call and response, tension and release, and space and fullness. Part 1, call and response. Call and response is a simple old trick that every dubstep producer uses in their own tracks. It's basically a question answer where one part of a drop asks a question and the second half answers it. So in the demo that we have over here, I'm going to show you how I've included it over here. But first, let me show you how it sounds like. As you can hear, the electric guitar part over here asks a long ass question. So to respond to that, I've used a different instrument, an acoustic nylon guitar, to respond to it. And just by doing this, your listeners will get hooked to the track and will stay to the entire duration of the track. This is because the call and response is an age-old trick that just works in every song possible. I'm going to add in another example in a track that I've used with my friend Alcinius. This is a Sleepy Lo-Fi track, and this is what it sounds like. I need to warn you that getting the perfect call and response does take time, so be patient with it. When it works really well. But when it fails, it sounds really, really bad. So take your time with it, experiment with different sounds and instruments. Just pick the one that sounds good, and you're good to go. The next thing that we are going to talk about is tension and release, the age-old trick that every EDM producer swears by. So in this demo, I've included the same trick just by using some basic equalization. Let me show you how it sounds like. As you can hear, the intro is completely filtered out. Let me show you how it sounds like without the EQ. It sounds so flat, so horrible. And all I need to do is just pull up an EQ. I've used Pro Q4 for this and just add this filter where I've kept the frequencies from 500 to 3500 hertz. It's really that simple. I will show you another example that my friend Brilliant, who has generated more than 100 million streams on his music, has done with his track Moonglow that has generated over 1 million streams. So this is what it sounds like. In my friend Brilliant's track, what he has done is filtered as well as messed with the stereo imaging. You can also do it. You can mess with filter and reverb, filter and delay, filter and stereo images. It's up to you on what you like. Another way I have built tension in this track is in the break section to the second drop. And this is what it sounds like. Oh, here I've purposely removed the bass in the break section. I've also removed some of the percussion so that when the drop hits, it hits a bit harder. So it just creates some tension, and when the drop hits, the release happens. The next way to build contrast in your tracks is using space and fullness. Let me show a simple example and you'll understand how it sounds like. Before the acoustic guitar start, I've removed all my drums and added some transitions and risers so that it keeps the beat flowing and gives a moment of emptiness, that is space, before the acoustic guitar drops for some fullness. This can be easily achieved just by removing the last two bars of your drums. I've removed all the hats and shakers as well as the snare. On top of this, I've done the same trick just before the second drop. If I add the hats in, this is what it sounds like. As you can see, this one bar where I've removed all the shakers and hats changes how the song sounds like. It's a relatively simple concept that I've sprinkled over the entire track. This is another example where I've removed the kick and the snare. And finally over here, using these three concepts in just one song, I was able to generate 50,000 streams in just under 15 days, which is insane. So yeah, I hope you understood the simple principle on how contrast works and how you can use these three techniques in your beats. That has helped me generate 12 million streams in on Spotify alone, and that can help you also do so. Do check out our Nova Effects collection from the link below. It consists of all the organic transitions, synth transitions, and over 275 plus effects that can help you smooth the transition between your tracks. I hope this video was pretty helpful. I'm Dark Winter. I'll see you in the next one.